Lighting control circuits, part 2. So in the last video we left off at one-way light. Let's just remind ourselves what that was. One-way switching here. We're moving on to the three-plate method. So this is reasonably uncommon in modern installations, but it's really important for us to understand that it exists and what it is. And the reason for that is it presents us with a particular danger that catches many people out. And I've seen a qualified electrician get a shock from a three-plate light because he didn't pay attention and he didn't realise what he was up against. So let's start with reading this description. Cables are taken from the distribution board, so switchboard, to the nearest light. Then another cable is linked from that light to the next, and so on, until all the lights on the circuit are linked together. Then each light that is to be switched separately has a switch wire taken from the light to the switch in that room. And you can see from the drawing here, and certainly if you test, if you Google for three-plate lighting, or also known triple plate lighting, you'll be able to see some circuit diagrams. But what you should be able to see from this drawing is that the phase wire comes in and loops out to each light. That phase wire is going into a loop terminal. It's not actually going into the lighting terminal. It goes down from that loop terminal into a switch, across that switch, and then back up to the lighting terminal, through the light bulb and back to neutral. And why is this dangerous? Because if I switch the switch off, the light will go off, but this wire here stays live. So even if I've switched the switch off, I still have a live terminal in my light fitting. The loop terminal will be live. Again, if that does not make sense to you, I encourage you to Google this, see if you can find a diagram or maybe even a video that makes more sense. Have a look at the videos that are in Canvas, go through those and make sure that you can figure this out. The reason is a lot of people, in spite of the fact that we have really clearly stated when we've on previous units that when you're isolating something to work on it, you must isolate from the switchboard. And in this case here, if you isolate from the switchboard, you'll be fine. But a lot of people will still replace the light fitting and do work on light fittings without turning it off at the switchboard. They'll just turn it off at the switch. And in this case here, if you turn it off at the switch only and you do not isolate it at the switchboard, there is a live terminal in that light fitting when you work on it. And there's a very good chance that you will receive a shock. It's not very much fun, I can tell you that. Your best case scenario here is you get a shock and you don't hurt yourself, but you look like an absolute goober. And it really sorts the men from the boys, for lack of a better term, because it shows who understands electricity and wiring and who does not. You should be able to recognise this type of lighting when you open up a light fitting. It should be immediately obvious that we have an extra light in there, extra cable in there, instead of just having phase and neutral coming from the switch and maybe looping out to another light fitting. You'll see that we've got two red wires and one black one, or two red wires and two black wires, and then loops out to another switch. So it should be really obvious to you. Once we're back in class in real life, we can have a look at this in a bit more depth and physically see what an example looks like. But for now, believe me, and as I say, look this up. It's a really important concept that you understand. Two-plate method. Okay, so this is our normal switch. Cables are taken from the distribution board to the nearest switch. Then another cable is linked from that switch to the next, and so on until all the switches in the circuit are linked together. From the switch, a cable is run to the light. It will operate. or it could be multiple lights. So in this image here, in this picture, we've got cables coming from the switches being looped together. That's normal, we should have seen that before. And then the cable goes up to the light fitting, and then we might have more than one light valve. That was in a single room, and we had four lights in the room. Then we'll go phase to phase, neutral to neutral, to the next light, and so forth. This is our normal type of lighting. The advantage from a safety point of view of this type of lighting is the exact opposite of the last one, right? So the phase comes up, it goes into the switch first, and then up to the light fitting. If I switch that switch off, this light is dead. I shouldn't do that because anyone can come and switch it back on. I should be isolating from the distribution board, putting a lock and tag onto the circuit breaker, just like we've learned and practiced. However, that switch will isolate the light fitting, where in the previous method it will not. This is way more common. The triple plate method is very rarely used. Two-way switching. We talked about two-way switching, I think, in the last topic. The key points of two-way switching: we can switch the same light from two different places. So, like any room that has two entries and exits, usually. A hallway or a stairwell is a great example. So we have a switch at the top and bottom of the stairs, or at each end of the hallway. But any room that has two entries, like a lounge or a kitchen or anything, you can use two-way lighting so that you can walk in one exit, turn the lights on, walk out the other, turn it off. We must have two positions in our switch. It must be a common 1, 2. So it's a changeover type switch, and this is the method that we use to wire it. I won't go through that again. We've done that at least twice now. You can go back to the previous video if you want to hear me describe how to wire up one of these, or again, just Google it. There's heaps of resources out there to tell you how to wire up a two-way switch. Intermediate switch, again, we talked about. So this is just like a two-way circuit. At one end, one end I have a two-way, the other end I have a two-way. In the middle, I can have intermediate switches, and I can have as many intermediate switches as I want. So this would be anywhere long hallways or something like that, where you might want to have more than two places to have a switch. So in that case, you have an intermediate switch in between your two ways. Still have a two-way at each end of the circuit, and you have intermediate switches in the middle. It's physically a different type of switch. So with your two ways, we use a standard switch. A standard switch off the shelf for PDL 681 will do two-way lighting. It counts as a two-way switch, and we normally use those as one-way switching, so it's the same switch. If you want to do intermediate switching, it's a different switch. You need to buy an intermediate switch. It'll look the same from the outside. All those switches do look the same, but the mechanism will be different. Here's a picture of our intermediate switching. So let's go through that, because I don't think I had a very clear picture the last time we did this. So in this position here, what have we got? Phase goes to the common. 1 is joined to 1, 2 is joined to 3, and here 2 is joined to 1, 4 to 2. In this position here, common is switched to 2, so power goes through to 3. 3 is switched to 4, so power goes through to 2. At the moment, common and 2 are not switched together. So the current cannot flow to the common, which is connected to the light. So this is off. It can't go from common to 1, so it can't get through to there. So this is the off position. However, if I was to switch that one there from common 1 to common 2, then obviously that's going to switch the light on. And then once I've got that on, so common is to 2, if I switch this one back to 1, then it's going to be off. And so on and so forth. I can switch those two end switches. It's pretty easy to see how that works. Let's look at the middle switch though. So in this position here, so if I've got common to 2 on this side, and then common to 1 on this side, the secondary position here is 1 to 4 and 3 to 2. So in one position, those contacts switch like this across, and then the other position they switch in an X shape. And you can see that sort of drawn in the middle there, 1 to 4, 3 to 2. So in this position here I've got it off. If I were to switch this switch, the middle one, 1 goes to 4, that does nothing for me. 3 goes to 2, that means that power goes down, C to 2, to 3, across to 2, across to 1, into the common, and up to the light. So when I switch the intermediate, it's going to switch on. And if you follow through, if you want to do that yourself, pause the video and have a scan through it, but you'll be able to see that every permutation of the switch here, so anywhere, any way that I change those switches, if the light is currently on and I switch any one of those switches, it will turn off. If the light is off and I switch any one of those switches, it will turn on. And this is a practical example of physically how a one-way switch would be wired. We have seen that already in one of our practical books, I think, but I'll let you guys go through that. You see, this is our switchboard. This is where the light power comes from. Goes down to the common of switch number 1. We're not using the number 2 terminal here, so it's just switching between common and 1. And when it's switched to 1, then obviously these two lights have power. They're looped together, so we have phase there, neutral there. Phase comes off to phase, neutral to neutral. These lights are in parallel with each other. The lights must be in parallel with each other, so they all get 230 volts, and they all switch from the same switch. As soon as we switch to terminal 1, this wire is live, which means that every light along that wire will get 230 volts. Easy. And a neutral carries that back. A neutral goes back to the switch into the loop terminal, and then this will be our main phase cable coming in again, back to the switchboard. Here we've got, in this example, we've got a floating insulated connector. So this is those little connectors that we use, the single screw caps, and we just join our earths together, and that's just hanging inside the light switch. Then we have another circuit, so this is a separate lighting circuit, right? So this is looped off the first one, so we can see our phase coming in from the first one, and the common terminal, we're just joining another wire off that common terminal and going out to another one. So as long as this wire is live, as long as our circuit breaker is turned on, this has power, this has power. They'll switch the lights independently because they're two separate switches, but the input to those switches is live simultaneously. And then this switch is operating in exactly the same way. If I wanted to add more lights to the circuit, I just go red to red, black to black, and I run another light off there. Simple. And here we have an example of two-way switching. Again, you'll see many of the same features. Still got our red coming into common, black coming to our loop. We have a loop off to another switch here that's coming from our common, and power going out to our lamps. Again, phase to phase, neutral to neutral if we're going to have lights in parallel. The difference is the two-way lighting. Now we looked at the different strap methods for the lighting. This one is a 3-strap, so this is something that you might do for a retrofit, because it means that the switch coming from the switchboard goes into switch number 1. The cable coming from the switchboard goes to switch number 1. Cable coming from or going out to the lights comes from switch number 1, which is how a cable would look, right? It's how it would be configured in an actual existing installation with one-way light switching. If we wanted to add a second light switch on the same circuit, a two-way onto that circuit, then I could just run one cable. I need 3 cores, and remember I said on the last topic that we couldn't use a normal 3-core TPS because we'd have to use, that means we would be using the green as an active conductor, and that is definitely not allowed. So we're going to use this red, yellow, black, or red, white, red, yellow, blue, or red, white, blue. Those are the 2 common ones. You can just pick those up at the wholesaler. You've seen it because we've used it in our practicals. and we'll wire our two-way switch off that. I encourage you to take a moment to absorb that, have a look at where all those terminals are coming from and where they're going. Alright, circuit protection for lighting. Miniature circuit breakers. Very common. I've seen these 100 times, you guys know what they are. The circuit breaker is a tripping mechanism that causes it to open on short circuit or overcurrent. Remember, we have that short circuit protection is the magnetic protection. As soon as we get that high short circuit current, that magnet energizes, opens the circuit. We have overcurrent protection, which is like a bimetal. When it heats up, slowly heats up, it will over time start to bend away, and that's going to open the circuit. But the overcurrent operates more slowly than the short circuit. So the thermal protection operates more slowly than the magnetic protection. Contains a set of silver contacts enclosed within an arc chute. Remember, the arc chute is when the switch opens, there is a path for the arc to go. So we're switching that high current, particularly in the case of a short current, it might be hundreds of amps, maybe even thousands. The MCB has inside it something to prevent that arc from getting out of control and damaging it. That's what it says. The arc created during the opening of the contacts is electromagnetically drawn to the arc chute. This lengthens, cools, and deionizes the arc, extinguishing it safely. Contacts are opened by a spring-loaded trip mechanism actuated by thermal and electromagnetic current sets elements. So we talked about the thermal and the electromagnetic. Both of them will operate as spring-loaded mechanism. And the two sensors could work individually or in combination with each other. RCD protection. We know about RCDs, right? So all of our circuits, all of our new circuits that we're installing should have RCDs. Old circuits that you come across may not have them. We've talked about that heaps of times. Just remember, most pertinent point here is that our lighting circuit should have an RCD. That does not give any overcurrent protection. It only gives personal protection in the case of a earth leakage. Which on a lighting circuit, I mean, think about it, where are you likely to get a shock? It's not really going to happen. Unless you've got big metal light fittings that have an earth fault and you climb up and touch them while the switch is on, then you're probably not going to get much of a shock from a light fitting. It's normally sockets and appliances that the RCD is going to save you. Nevertheless, it is there and it should be there. But it does not provide overcurrent protection. Now, MCB does that. Unless you get a combination RCD and MCB, which we have talked about before as well. Rewirable fuse. We know about rewirable fuses, right? These are just the ceramic holder with literally a piece of wire in it. If there is an overcurrent, the piece of wire melts. When there is a short circuit, the piece of wire vaporizes. It doesn't give very good overcurrent protection because it's not tuned very well. Right? It's just a piece of wire. It's a bit of guesswork as to what current that wire will melt at. The advantages of it, it can't really fail. It can't fail because the wire will burn. The wire burns. You can't have a current that's too high for the wire to safely disconnect. Unlike an MCB, which theoretically an MCB, if you put enough current through it, could fuse together and then not work at all. A rewirable fuse is not going to do that because the wire just explodes. There's lots of downsides to it though. Obviously, it's not very good. It's not very accurate protection. It's also it's impossible to police it. So anybody can put any size wire in any fuse holder, and that's really common. That if you've got a 16 amp fuse holder, 16 amp fuse fitting on your switchboard, and it's there for 16 amps. People will put, if it's trips all the time, maybe they've got a new dryer or something and it draws more current, trips all the time, they'll just put 20 amp, 25 amp fuse wire into a 16 amp fuse, and it effectively destroys a lot of protection that you have on that circuit. And we may have HRC fuses, although very, very unlikely to see these, particularly on domestic lighting. You might come across them on commercial, industrial, as it says there, but even then, pretty uncommon to bother using HRC fuses for something like a lighting circuit. But it can happen, they do exist. So this is where, again, if you think about how this thing operates, it's just a piece of wire enclosed within like a quartz cylinder. The wire melts and explodes and vaporizes when the current is too high. It's almost impossible for this to fail because the current's going to be high. If the current's high, the wire melts. It can't get jammed on like an MCB. So that's our advantage. So the second point there, use where PSC clearance of up to 120,000 amps and accurate calibration is essential. So PSCB, perspective short circuit current. Perspective short circuit current. If that perspective short circuit current is going to be very, very high, if we cannot get an MCB that's high enough to manage that current, to handle that current, then we would use an HRC fuse. End. Okay, I've had a look at the test for this one, and look, there's nothing complicated or shocking in there. The remainder of your code, you get the first two digits in the last video. Remainder of your code is 46. It's 46. Just check that again. Yeah, that's correct. It's 46. So there's nothing terribly complicated in there. Let me know if you have any issues with it. Yeah. That's it. Thanks very much.